Hey guys, in the playroom right now, over the last couple weeks, I've noticed that one, it's been hard to keep this playroom clean. As you can see, things are just kind of like everywhere right now. Say hi, Rosie. Hi. And it's just been, I've noticed, hard for my kiddos to keep the space clean. So that signals to me, one, that we have too much in here, and two, that the right things might not be in here because everything is being dumped to find the right things. The second thing that's been happening is I've noticed that my older daughter is no longer really wanting to come in here. So it's signaling to me that this space is not really conducive for her age. She's now 7, and this kind of needs to be an all-purpose space. I have 4 kiddos if you're new here. I have a 10-month-old, a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 7-year-old. So with those two things in mind, I'm like, this space needs to be redone. So before Christmas and before the craziness, we are gonna purge, we are gonna reorganize, we are gonna reset up and do this playroom. As I am starting, I have a few different categories here. Things in the playroom that can be thrown away, that are either broken, are trash, are things that, I can't really donate, they're not good quality, whatever it is, but things that are kind of more trash, things that the kids don't use anymore that I can donate, and then things that the kids use, but they don't use very often, or we kind of have multiples. For example, we have in the kitchen here 2 bananas, so maybe we don't need both bananas. And so I have different buckets stationed around the room. I have buckets for trash, I have a bucket for giveaway or to sell, and then here that I'm putting things into now is like a 3-drawer Rubbermaid type thing. And so in the top one there, I'm putting the things that I notice the kids use, but we have multiples or they don't use it often, and I'm wondering if we really need it. So I'm putting it in this bin here rather than getting rid of it right away, because the kids do fixate on certain things sometimes, or they look for a very specific thing. And so if they do that, I want to be able to go in that drawer and try to find it for them. But if it is tucked away and they never ask for it after several months, then I'm gonna say I probably can go ahead and donate it. So that's kind of what that drawer is for. In the other drawers of that, the middle and the bottom drawer, I'm putting things that belong to a set that we don't use all the time, but that we do use. So for example, we have a couple of Magnetile sets. We have like a jungle and an Arctic type of thing, a rainforest, and Rosemary loves Magnetiles. So she does use those quite often. However, when they're just thrown in our bin, it takes a long time to try to find the pieces that she wants and the animals that she wants to do that set. So I have put those, I've taken them out of the Magnetile bin and put it in a like kind of puzzle bin. I can link the puzzle bags in the description, but put those in there and then put them in that bin, which will be in our front closet. And then when she wants to do the rainforest one, I can just go grab it really quick and we can put it back away, and it's kind of just separated and away from the chaos so that it's just easier. The same thing, that's the bottom drawer, and then the middle drawer I have Duplos. So we have a bin of the regular kind of Duplos, but she has this Duplo set, like a Mickey set that she got for her birthday, and it's built into a castle, and I just kind of kept that set separately as well. So that is also in our front closet. The other thing I have in my front closet is our train set, because we don't use that too often. I don't want to get rid of it though, because I think Gerard probably will be obsessed, and the kids do when they bring out the trains. We only probably do it 6 to 8 times a year, but they play all day long when we bring it out. So I do like to have it, especially during the winter season. Anyway, that's what's in our front closet. Here now, I am just still kind of going through the bins. One thing that I need to do is redo these bins. Like what they were before is not going to be what holds them now. Right now, I have Barbies in a separate bin. I want Barbies in these IKEA little situations because I don't want all the extra stuff. We're trying to get rid of stuff. So if I can't fit it in these current things we have, we need to purge more and I just need to be more lucrative. So that is what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to figure out how we can reconfigure these bins to be more structured towards how the kids are using it, what they're actually using, and just getting them set up to a way that hopefully they can actually play with. Now on to the kind of more fun part is trying to figure out how I'm going to rearrange this space. Typically, I've always wanted to keep these two IKEA pullouts. I think they're Calyx, I think. I've always wanted to keep them together. I've never even considered separating them until right now. And I just measured and it's gonna fit pretty perfectly right into these spots I have right next to the door. So that's what I'm gonna do. I am going to separate them and just put them here over by that magnet wall. I wanted to make sure the one with the magnet tiles in it is there. So that's why I chose that one there. And that kind of is more like a building zone. Like I have our Duplos and our magnet tiles, our cars, like where we could build a road on top of that thing. That's kind of where I put there. As you can see, as I'm cleaning this space and kind of organizing this space, I don't have it all completely done before I'm rearranging things. Like you can see that shelf is still a complete mess. I haven't even really touched the kitchen stuff. So you don't have to I guess I just say this to say that you don't have to have it all finished before you get moving. Like getting started and actually just doing something is half of the battle, honestly, because if you wait for it to be perfect, you're never gonna finish. So especially when you have children and you only have a limited amount of time to get things done, just getting moving and just getting started is more important than having everything in place perfectly before you go. And it's okay to change things along the way and just get moving. Also, what I'm doing as I do this, the kids decorated for fall this year. As you can see, there's a zillion pumpkins right on that kitchen set. We are so close to Halloween and me wanting to pull out Christmas that I am just gonna go ahead and put away fall while I'm already purging and cleaning and doing this. So after I did the playroom here, I actually went with that bin and went around the first floor and just put all the fall stuff away because it's time. It's time as I'm purging, and just to do that, I can be without fall decor for a week before the changeover to Christmas. It'll be okay. Another thing I am doing is I'm getting ready to put away our changing table in the other room. One, it's where our Christmas tree goes, and so I kind of want that gone. And two, Gerard is just getting to the age where we're changing him on the floor. Like we just don't necessarily need it. So I am just getting ready to put it away, which means all these baby toys can kind of also be put away. He is now not really playing with these anyway. So I'm going through that bin, and in this playroom, he is going to have a dedicated drawer, something that is just like his stuff for the baby. That way, he has something in the playroom and we don't need all the stuff around the house anymore. So it kind of feels, it's a little sad. It's the end of his little baby life, his little newborn. He hasn't been a newborn or like a baby in a while, but once you start putting it away, it hits on a different level. So yeah, doing that as well. am finally done getting this place into what I'm hoping is going to be a good kind of setup for everybody. I tested it out over the weekend just to see how my kids were using it, if they were able to get things back, if they were actually playing, like just like kind of what the situation was. And it seemed to work really well. Like my oldest, who hasn't really come in this room in a lot, I think she was in here the most. So I'm hoping that means this is gonna work. Of course, I'll keep you updated, but I'll take you on a little tour to show you just how it turned out. So first I will give you kind of the overall look of the playroom here. Here is now how it is laid out. Almost every single thing, actually yes, every single thing has been moved. So this is the new setup for now, and here's the details. Okay, so starting over here on this wall, up here I have our like place where we can hang the kids' art. And then coming down, Dan built this magnetic wall here. So of course the kids like to do just magnets or magnet tiles, that sort of thing on it. What I like about these IKEA kind of build outs here is that the kids can kind of play on this surface. So they can do magnet tiles here, Legos here. It's like a table as well. So I do like that. I have not gotten to changing out these. As you can see, I have different fonts here because these have already been changed twice. This is the third iteration of this. As the kids grow, obviously the needs change. So I haven't done this because this is kind of a larger project. It's more time consuming to print these off in the Cricut and relabel them and all that. So I haven't quite done that yet. Anyway, in this one here, I have our figurines. So where they used to be in two, I had figurines in one and animals in the other. They're kind of just combined now because my kids play with them together anyway. So that's just how I thought it would go. We have kind of figurines and animals in one. We downsized a lot to be able to fit them all in one, even though that kind of still looks like a lot. We did downsize quite a bit. I have our Duplos here. I have our Magnetiles here. And here I have balls, which Gerard just like loves balls right now. And all the balls that go to our different things live here. Like for example, this is the ball to that thing right there. So all of the balls to everything kind of go in here. And then this drawer now is just like Gerard's drawer. This is like the littler kid type things that Gerard can just pull from here. And then down here we have all of our vehicles plus one big ball that didn't fit in here. Like I said, he just loves balls and this is kind of his big ball. But I didn't think the vehicles would fit in here. So anyway, one lives there. But lots of our different cars are here. Moving over here is our little kitchen set. So this is pretty like obviously self-explanatory. It has our kitchen stuff. I did go through and downsize a lot of our stuff in here so that it was, you know, not as crazy in here. And below it, I have some of our sets. So like this is our tea set. Like go on a picnic and it has food and that sort of thing. And then this is our like Love Every kind of tea set here, two different ones that the kids use differently. So those are both down there in case they want to do that. And then I have our backpack here. Rosemary just likes to pack up and play baby and like just do random things with her backpack. So I did want to keep that there. And our aprons and stuff live on the side. One thing I did a long time ago was I created these little menus. And in it has the actual like food items that we have in our actual kitchen so that when we play restaurant, we're choosing things or asking for things that we actually have here so that they can actually do that. And this is our breakfast and drink menu. I have a dinner one and a lunch one in here as well. They're over here. But yeah, that was, I mean, it took a little time to go through the food and actually make that, but it has made playing restaurant a lot more like realistic for us. Anyways, I also sectioned off some of our kits here. These are from Target. They're little clear plastic cases, but it has like our pancake mix, our kit, our taco kit, our ice cream kit. All those are kind of in a different space to keep separate. Moving on here, we have our play shelf. These are kind of more of our rotating items. So I have our stacking blocks, a puzzle, our pool toy, little toy there for Gerard, and then this is our like, Rosie calls them her gumdrops, but it's like sorting balls. I had to make sure that these would not be able to fit in Gerard's mouth. If you have different ages in a playroom, definitely make sure that there's no choking hazards on these kinds of things. And then I have our grocery and regular checkout thing here next to the kitchen for when we play restaurant. And then the table is in the middle of the room. Obviously they can play anything here, but restaurant here is played a lot. And I put it in the middle of the room just to kind of try to avoid some of the dumping situation. I thought maybe that would deter them from just like having space to dump. Over here we have like a little seating area. Isabel has been reading here. She wanted like a little reading area, so that is been working great. But also kind of just a place for them to lounge as they play with their baby dolls. I have the baby crib there, the like American Girl, Liliana, that's what we call it, Target version of it there, the bunk beds, and then we call this the cozy cabin. And that kind of coincides with what is here. So on here we have a couple of spare babies and our car seat, and then we keep all of our generation American Girl type things in this bin full of accessories and clothes. We have our baby doll accessories type stuff here. And then in here I have some of like the figurines and stuff that's more for the older kids. This is like Isabel's Harry Potter stuff, the LOL, Hatchimals, kind of more for the older kids as opposed to just like the animal and regular figurines that's over there. And then here we have Barbie accessories, and then Barbie's is here. And then up at the top, the stuff that has a really small stuff that I need to make sure Gerard does not get is the kind of Polly Pocket sets. So that is what we're looking like now. So far, so good. I'll keep you posted. But so far, I'm really liking this setup. The kids have been loving it. We haven't had a disaster since it's been like this. So fingers crossed. Next up is to decorate it for Christmas coming up soon. I'm excited for that too. So that's it for today. I definitely encourage you guys to kind of go through your stuff, make sure your spaces are working for you, and when they're not, make a change, even if it takes a few hours to a couple days like it did for me. I hope this like setup gives you some ideas, and I will see you next time. Bye.